We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's going to make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
All right, welcome everybody. We're here October 4th at the Aly Jenkins Mixed Doubles Memorial Spiel in Martensville, Saskatchewan. We have a great game ahead of us tonight. We got Epping.
Epping and Lisa Weagle.
And Lisa Weagle here and against Japanese team, Matsumura and sorry about that, Tanida. So, no problem. Going to be a good bout out there, and I'm here with my good buddy Matt Hames from Hamilton, New York, and I'm with Maren Young from Woodstock, New Brunswick, here on the East Coast. So we're about to have some fun. How you making it? We're going to have some fun.
Oh, I love. You know what? I love mixed doubles. I love it for the anarchy that we're about to experience. Like. It's so crazy. It's so important in that first rock to get it into a good spot.
Correct.
It's just going to be fun. Yeah, the Japanese team has hammer.
Well, you got the close to the pin there, and the.
Yeah. Have you played mixed doubles, Aaron?
I played a while back, and when it first started coming out, and really enjoyed it. My knees can't handle it anymore in my old age, so I'm down too much. And I'm a big fan of standing in the house and calling the shots myself. So
Gotcha. I love getting up and sweeping my own rock. It's great.
Nice.
It's kind of fun.
That way you can't blame anybody else either, right?
Yeah, exactly. A little tick on this rock, and now the decision here is what do you do, right? Where do you put this? They're probably gonna kind of like half tuck it around this center guard, just top four-ish.
Top four would be a great spot.
Yeah. The key is just get those rocks in there. Nice positive release from John.
Looking like a pile of curl.
Yeah. Way looks pretty good. Just on it and off it a bit. Looks like they wanted to just throw a guard here. Good spot.
Great spot.
Yeah.
Call here is to move some granite out front.
It's interesting because the original call was to play off the blue onto the red, which that's a precarious shot. They decided instead to just rip the double guards here.
Right.
Just peel these two. You got a pretty good situation because they got a corner guard. So they might be trying to hold the shooter here too. No, doesn't look like. I don't think they care about holding the shooter, but it would be a bonus.
Anytime your granite stays around is always a good thing, right?
Yeah.
For the most part.
This is going to be moving. This is not going to be swept.
This looks great.
It looks a little too high.
A little stuffed.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, that happens a little bit in mixed doubles too, because you're not playing to a broom anymore. So you kind of throw it hard and you just think, wow, don't miss this tight because there's no sweepers.
Yeah.
So in your head, you just end up, it's a very real chance that you can do that. That's why, I mean, you have the choice too. Do you have somebody hold the broom or do you have somebody sweep? So you can see here on Epping's team, they've decided to have the very awesome sweeper, Lisa Weagle, sweep.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't you?
It's not even a bad idea to pick something in the back too, maybe a book bag or a broom standing up or a water bottle. Use that as a target. It's always not a bad call, right? So
a little bit light here, so they're both pounding it and trying to hold it straight.
They got her out in the weeds a little bit.
Just trying to go around this.
Line's good.
Top 8-ish. Don't need to be second shot here. Just needed to cover the back one. And see if he can throw a
cut off
better
two
out
different
turn.
shots for him, right? So
yeah.
The Christmas tree effect.
The Christmas tree. Try to hit a little bit more, a little bit less than 3/4 here. Smash it into that back one, run it back. See if good things can happen.
Move some stuff around, eh?
Yeah. This going to be moving again.
Japanese team still has 3 to come, so still some stones.
A lot less ice. Let's see if he not going to hit it exactly where he wanted, but going to get a decent result. So the question for John is, does he play this in turn or the out turn?
Japanese team still has 3 to come, so still some stones.
A lot less ice. Let's see if he not going to hit it exactly where he wanted, but going to.
He knows the ice there, and
he knows the ice. So yeah, just a couple feet more weight.
Yeah.
Hair more line. He'll probably give her on the release here. Really just pop it out there. There you go. Good pop. It'll finish. It's already starting to curl.
Lisa's on it hard here.
Yeah, she's holding it out.
Might split them a bit, or not enough weight, but currently we got Weagle Epping sitting 3.
Yeah, I leave this out turn.
If they bury that, there's some.
They're in good shape because there's no good angles for.
No.
If they can make this good.
It'd be hard getting rid of, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was the danger of the rock that John threw. Like the intern was the one that he had just played, so but you didn't want to come there.
Probably still a little hairy out there.
Yeah, this doesn't look like a ton of ice to me. But they would have played the draw the button right here. So just a little fresh spot of the ice. Make it a little bit more curl early.
Holding it out.
Yeah.
It's looking a little heavy.
It's way out there, so it's definitely got some pace.
John on it here, trying to. It looks like Blue's sitting 1.
Yeah, got it in there for shot.
Yeah. Gives Lisa something to come down to, and probably
they just took maybe 4 inches more ice.
Mm-hmm.
John put the broom down a little bit more ice, so got to believe that there's something in because he had minimum ice there, but it certainly didn't curl, so it could be a release thing.
That's a great thing about the sport of curling. Everybody kind of has a different release, different strategy.
Everybody throws it different.
Exactly, right?
We club curlers throw it different badly often.
Exactly. The planned C's and D's work out typically pretty well usually.
Oh yeah. Plan D often.
Plan D for trying to come down to
yeah, just try to go, come down to it is fine, or sit in there for shot.
It looks quite wide, but
yeah, he's
close
not
to the same line now.
He's not switching, so there you go. There's the switch.
Break point, right? Yeah. Looking like a great stone.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty good for a force. There, you might. Oof, I don't know. Looking at this, they're looking at this red, the blue runner.
That'd be a heck of a shot, eh? I don't know. That's real close, and they'd have to skinny that top red one pretty close, eh?
Yeah, the thing about it is, if you make it, it's a deuce. If you miss it, you just give up a one.
In the first end.
In the first end, unless now hit this a little thinner. They're playing it with pretty quiet weight because the risk is, like, if you play it with normal weight and you ever take out your own blue, you give up a steal of 4. So
yeah, that's it too.
The way they put down the broom with a lot of ice, about a foot of ice, which leads me to believe they're just playing like a hack weight jobber to just try to get it in there and tap it. You only got to get it
a touchy shot coming up. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's got a little bit more weight than I think they were hoping for.
Line looks pretty close.
Looks pretty close.
It's wow. What a shot.
There you go. Routine little deuce.
Beautiful.
What a great shot.
We'll be back into the second end. Thanks for tuning in.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Gripper first.
Don't forget the brooms.
Yep, you got it.
Come on. Okay, well, what do you got? You got one, you got two, you got...
Just one more throw, please.
You make moments like these possible.
Hard line.
And welcome back to the second end of the Aly Jenkins Mixed Doubles Memorial. We got a replay of that shot. If you want to take, we need to watch that one more time.
100%.
So he's got a little bit more weight than I think they were hoping for.
Line looks pretty close.
Looks pretty close.
It's wow. What a shot.
There you go. Routine. Beautiful.
For the deuce.
Just beautiful weight control. Couldn't throw it harder because of the risk of throwing it harder is you take out your own blue and you give up a steal of 4. And that's embarrassing.
She makes those in her sleep, though.
Yeah. Well, she makes them wide awake, too, it appears.
Yeah, right.
That was an awesome shot.
It's going to give a shout out to Hardline Curling, big sponsor for Curling Zone. Thank you for everything you do and great equipment. I use it myself.
Amazing equipment.
Can't beat it. No.
My name is Matt Hames, and I'm joined here by my East Coast buddy, Aaron Young. Aaron, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Matt. Having some fun anyway on this lovely Friday evening.
Having some fun, having some bourbon. No, wait, did I say that out loud?
Oh, you're loud. I'm a maritimer. I'm used to that.
Yeah.
No, well, we've already been very blessed to see some beautiful shots happening. And it's going to be a tight game right to the 8th end. I have a feeling barn burner for sure. So
this is going to be a well-played curling game, folks. So Thanks for joining us. And if you have any questions, go ahead and ask us in the YouTube chat. We'll try to answer them.
100%.
We have 99 people watching right now. That was a great shot by Lisa.
Yeah.
That's a perfect spot. Thanks
Do
for
that.
joining us. And if you have the idea here is you don't want to move this if you can help it, but you want to also just sit on the outside of it. So really good judgment, really good weight control.
Set the angle up nice.
Yeah, just get it there perfect.
Can't beat that angle.
You see a lot of this in quality mixed doubles curling where they just start to line up the rocks and then it comes down to a run back and see how it all goes.
Yeah. But a big part of the mixed doubles is getting the angles in the right places and right.
And the goal here is to get this dead frozen, not angled. You don't want to be angled on this because then it flies out of the rings. If you can get it, you're going for weight. Looks like
it has
and
to curl
going
up.
for has to curl a bit. Took a while to decide
close,
to switch there. It's a good shot. Beautiful. That's perfect spot. That's exactly what he wanted to do. Now you gotta now if you're John, you want to try to bump these probably just separate them a bit.
Yeah, maybe like a back 4, mid 8 weight.
I mean,
be a nice shot. Just tear the guard and get some.
You just got to move them around a bit.
Yeah, a little bit of a jiggle.
Yeah.
Say the ice makers know what they're doing.
The ice makers know what they're doing. It's also early. It's early. It's fun too. You get some good curl early in the season. This is not curling the way they want it. It's just a little. I mean, he had to throw it heavy to move things around a bit.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't.
That needed a curl hair, I would say.
Yeah, I think that's going to work out for him. I think you can smack that and maybe just kind of tick that back red as it goes by.
Mm-hmm.
And hit the blue, and then it might just hit a corner of that back red as it went by.
It's definitely there, yeah.
They're looking at just kind of like putting it in the pocket here. I think if they put it in the pocket, you might see the guard coming back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the other thing he could do is he could pick it out with the out turn. It's not a huge fan of throwing out turns, but he could pick out he's got a quarter of the rock, that shot rock. So he could pick it out in like 2, force them to make a draw to the back one. That shot is always there.
Yeah, you can see a quarter of it for sure, eh?
Yeah, I can see a quarter of it. And he picks it out. Let's see. The key to this, I think, is to not move anything because you're in a decent situation if you're.
Yeah, that center guard's still up there for you. You're trying to steal.
Yeah, this is not curling, which leads you to believe that it's a bit heavy. If this bounces off this red, it could get ugly.
Real fast.
Yeah, that is not
ideal.
No, I think a nose hit on that blue might get it's going to get all the blues moving.
I'd have to agree.
The question.
Dead nose is I think real good. Lisa's got it figured out.
I think John just basically showed every single rock moving there with his broom.
Yeah.
The goal here is to hit that blue, the top right-hand blue, as close to the nose as possible. And you're certainly going to get everything moving, except the only rock that's not going to be moving is 1 back 4.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only rock that's not going to be moving after this.
Which is theirs, and they don't mind that.
This might have some pace.
Yeah. Think Lisa keep up with it?
Yeah, Lisa can keep up with it, no problem. Looks pretty close to the nose, just a little bit high. Let's see what happens. Oh.
Take that. It kept that nice angle too in the center.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No.
Came off that rock. I think he had to get a little. I think if he gets a little closer to the nose, it might work. Not a bad result.
No. There is that wide double, maybe. A lot of up weight that is there maybe for later if they need.
Yeah. He's still got the chance. He still does have a chance to pick out the shot rock too.
Looks like they're calling just.
Yeah, the goal here is
8.
to get it. Yeah, top 8, just in the way. He's taking a look at this. I think he's taking a look at the pick now. Got to leave something. I think this is the shot you play no matter what.
Yeah, no.
You could play with the out turn. The other turn. Cover your rock a bit too. They've been playing this turn the whole end, so it'll definitely curl. It'll over curl the guard. You can get by the guard by a foot and still be buried. So.
Yep. Seems to snap there at the end, eh?
Yeah, yeah. Nice positive release. If you're watching this at home, it's good rotations, or unless your curling club has no curl whatsoever.
What do you recommend, Matt, for rotations?
Like at most clubs, probably like a 6 or 7 or somewhere around there.
From release point to T line?
Yeah, I don't think you need to throw it as much as these guys do. You just want to be positive. If you're like these guys have this ice just curls and these rocks are so great.
Yeah, exactly.
If your rocks are a little bit older, I think you just want to have a good
positive release. Okay.
Like when I started curling many years ago, it was like they were saying 3 to 4.
Yeah.
I think you want to do a little bit more than that now. That's all.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
Just it really helps for sweeping too and judging and.
So here's the run back on the guard, trying to nose it.
At least on it here. Oh.
That's unfortunate little tick because now it goes on right to that back one, and plus
froze.
The shooter stayed, so it kind of.
Looking like that was a trouble. Yeah. Be hard to get rid of both those blues and around the button there, eh?
Yeah. And honestly, that was a plan B too by the Japanese team because they were playing top 8 foot and they ended up getting buried there and forcing this run back.
So they're going to check up a guard. And then what I see Lisa having is that one I spoke about earlier, the one on the outside off her own and into the pocket.
Yeah.
Probably be her only shot.
It might be her only shot if it depends. It depends. Like I don't think you can guard the red and the draw. I think she might have an in-turn draw into there. I think the in-turn draw is obviously you can get it. You can maybe
cut them down, maybe.
Yeah.
Cut them down to 1. I don't know.
I think they're going to leave the in-turn draw no matter what. Like they're taking away this. You could also play that. You could also try this. Yeah, the in-turn draw is probably the shot.
Looks like the call.
Yeah. You can see the pin. I know it looks ugly, but the pin is accessible. So If they draw it to the pin, John's either looking at something else or he forgot his gripper. Maybe he was contemplating.
One saying I always like to say, Matt, is right weight, right line. You make the shot every time.
So I think they're debating whether or not to run back the red guard or the blue guard. I think if you run back the red guard, I guess the thing they're thinking about is, does the back blue spill out enough that if they run this red guard back, they could actually get 3? I don't think they can get 4.
If Kevin Cooey was chucking it, maybe.
Yeah, I still don't think Kevin Cooey gets it because I think the rock that you hit has to go over the top of you have to go over the top of the one that you're hitting a little bit. So I don't think you ever hold the rock that you run back, but you hold everything else.
So are they going back to the draw?
I believe this is a run back.
Yeah. Right,
she is playing the outturn run back for the glory.
You only live once, right?
You only live once.
There we go. We're off.
Interns are out of the pot for maybe to
bit wide here.
No, it's pretty close. Get on. Oh, that was awfully close.
Nice
try. It just needed to catch a piece.
It's a big steal of 2.
Big steal of 2.
We'll be back.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Welcome back to the Aly Jenkins Mixed Doubles Memorial Spiel, the Martensville, Saskatchewan. We're up. Team Japan is up 4-0 against John Epping and Lisa Weagle. She had her
4-0 is nothing in mixed doubles, though.
No,
you can snag a 3. There's always rocks in play. Like the one thing that you cannot do in this game is peel out. All you can do is draw your way out of this.
And obviously they know that because they didn't pull out the power play.
Yeah. No, they'll save the power play.
Yeah, man.
Now that's, it's so you always wonder where the wrong spot to put that first rock is. And it has it like, I do think you'll see them like just throw this outturn draw right down to it and try to keep that angle away from their own back rock. Mm-hmm. And it's okay to be fully buried, just biting the top button here too. It doesn't actually have to be down to the shot rock yet. If you're playing mixed doubles curling at home, the key to this game is not be heavy early.
No, stay above the tee line.
Stay above the tee line. And as I say that, well, it's coming in nice. It's a little heavier than maybe. Oh, it's pretty perfect.
Shot.
Yeah. It's also wide open, which is nice because you can't move it out of the rings yet.
Looks like a little.
So see how much less ice he takes. right? At least at the middle of the 12.
Exactly. At least 4 or 5 inches.
It's just
a really positive release, and
he's got a really nice, and he knows it.
Yep.
He knows he's a little inside out. If you know you throw the rock a certain way, then just keep throwing it that way. You don't have to change.
Play within yourself, as they say.
Yeah. Looks like it's pretty good. It's
coming up.
Yeah, it's gonna
carving it in there and
let's curl a bit more and just
it's a good shot.
Yeah.
It's a very strategic game, isn't it?
It is a very strategic game. Like, I have no idea, zero idea what he's playing here. Like, you could play a number of different shots. He's probably throwing in. He loves to throw like a nice intern.
They're going to be looking.
So he
trying
might
to
be
look
considering
for
that.
Deuce, right? So.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not sure what John's going to play, just it's looks like he's just going to try to throw this right on top. Maybe jiggle things around a bit. He's got a bit more weight. Certainly not out there as far as they have been in the past.
Weight looks up a bit.
He's just trying to get that. Yeah, I think he's just trying to top that top blue, get it moving a little bit, get some separation.
Great shot.
Yeah. Wow. Where his shooter ended didn't work out as well as he would hope. I think his shooter probably had to roll a tiny bit more. I think he needed to throw that a little harder. That back blue is 2 rocks away from going away. Like that's just not going anywhere for a while. And there's not a lot on this outturn side.
When they get down in this pocket, and it's going to be hard to remove.
Yeah. There's not a lot of good on the outturn side, and on the intern side, you're 2 rocks away, and they're throwing a guard here. So
I think the call, down, and he's coming down into the pocket there, I believe.
Yeah. Well, in the pocket, guard, anywhere in the way, right? It's just going to make. It's going to make getting rid of anything. It's going to make getting rid of that back one real tough, and then getting rid of the middle one even tougher. I think he's going to be left running this guard back again, and it's been a struggle for
just getting the stones in the right places, right?
Yeah,
very important.
Just running back those guards, Look
at this curling.
Yeah. Might bounce a little more. Well, that might leave this outturn. See, I don't know what he's playing. I think he might play this outturn on his red onto the, but he might also be just playing to try to hit that back red on the nose and just move those all around with the intern.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what he's playing. With some weight.
This Japanese team certainly does know the game of mixed doubles, as they won a silver medal in the 2023 World Championships, right? So
yeah,
they know the game. They know that's quite a feat, eh? Jeez.
Yeah, it's a decent result because they're actually sitting 1 now.
Yeah,
and it's really tough to double that out. You got to skinny the guard to double that out. And it runs a risk of like a little bit wide, and you clip that top. It's like he's throwing a guard.
Yeah, he's taking a little more ice, right, than he usually does.
Yeah,
his draws.
It's a very patient shot. Throw guard here. I think the idea is that you just don't want to risk that top rock ever coming into play. The angles are not great for Team Japan right now. They're not awesome.
Oh, John made a heck of a shot there to change that around. A little more ice, and
I think he probably just wants this halfway tight because it could be coming back in.
Yeah.
That's where he wants it. So now the question is, what do you do if you're John? Like you could think about still taking a run at this. And the card they just threw.
Peeling those two top blue ones isn't a bad call either.
Yeah. I think if you peel those, they might take a run at that double. The double is a lot easier though.
Yes, that's true.
If you peel them, they take a run at the 2 red double. I think right now you take a
run that blue.
You might have a go at this. So you're trying to cross the blue a little bit. You're trying to cross the blue a tiny bit, hit it on the outside,
There's a draw too, right?
I guess, yeah, wide intern draw to the other. I think you want to hold that for your last one.
Yeah. Let the Wigs chuck that one in there.
Yeah. Well, wait, I don't know. I still don't know what he's playing. Looks like he's playing this out turn run.
Yeah, they were looking that right in the eye. It's this middle one. Yeah.
Okay.
Looks close.
I don't think so.
Oh, no. Now I can see the draw.
That was a tougher one to play.
Now I see the draw coming.
Yeah, I think you just block it, right?
Or
You just block the path. How do you get in for 2? Like even if you don't throw right now, it's pretty tough deuce.
Which isn't a bad thing to give up one when you have a 4-0 lead, right? So
yeah. So they're actually playing this with the outturn as well. So this is the way to think about this guard is they're actually throwing a corner guard because they just want to take away, like if the guard is covering the corner of the 4-foot on the other end, then you've made it. So they're playing the outturn just to cross into the path. So she's taking like inside edge of the 4 and just crossing it to the other edge of the 4.
And remember, they haven't used this path at all either. So
yeah, I think they're pretty confident in knowing it. Once it crosses that center line, it'll go like crazy.
Bit of a tricky spot.
It is a tricky spot, but just over like the farther over it goes, the more it takes away the guard.
Right.
So like
it's a nice shot there.
That's yeah.
Right where
like
she
there's
wants.
no. There's.
Yeah. I still think the draw's there.
Well, it's the only shot, right? So you might as well play it. You couldn't do that either. No, this is it. You don't have anything else. So skinny the guard, hope it really finishes.
Yeah. You're going to be out there in the weeds a bit. Always gets into the thrower's mind too, and you have to go out a bit further. Like, what's my exact weight I need to throw? And these two are pros, and figure it out and throw a nice shot. See what happens.
Yeah, I mean this one is where you throw a little bit less handle, a little bit, unless you're Nicholas Dean.
Yeah,
and you throw a ton of handle and it finishes. But you could throw this a ton of handle or less handle and hope it. She's going a little bit more of a spin. That's good handle. Get it by the guard. I don't think this is going to get by the guard. No, good try. Good. Weight was pretty close.
It's one red there in the third end for Weagle and Epping. We'll be back.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. when I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Saskatchewan, you know SaskTel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With SaskTel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. SaskTel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.
Welcome back to the Aly Jenkins Mixed Doubles Memorial. My name is Matt Hames, and we're here in the fourth end, 4-1. Weagle and Epping going first in this. They got one in the last end. Trying to put this in top, right? Just right, frozen on top of it perfectly. That's the
Very
perfect
nice.
mixed double shot right there. You couldn't do better. You could maybe take that and move it up an inch. It doesn't have to be dead frozen. But, you know, now I'm just splitting hairs, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty good shot.
Call's probably the same to come down.
Yeah, the goal
lock one
here is
on.
to come right down and lock it on at this point. And you want to make sure that you just get it locked on. Like they're right now in.
She's liking it.
Yeah.
I think we're in
They're
for a
in make
doozy
sure
end
we
here.
score mode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Bouncing it is not great. It's not, it doesn't kill them, but it's not the most ideal thing in the world because now they're going to bounce again. Now John has to bounce this.
Yeah.
So you actually have to throw this with enough weight to move the back blue.
What are you thinking, like back 8?
Yeah, I mean, you need to move that back blue out of the way a bit. That's all, to make room to get rid of that back, to eventually get rid of the blue. You're a couple shots away from it, but you got to start now.
Typically, you think 3 shots ahead.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
This one's hanging out a hair.
Yeah, well, he threw it a little harder, right? So try to get it to finish. It's coming in pretty nicely. It might overcurl. Nice. It might not be heavy, actually. Yeesh. Okay, well, interesting. They're looking at peeling this. Up 4-1 and sit and shot.
With hammer. Here we are in the fourth end, the Aly Jenkins Mixed Doubles Memorial, and Blues up 4-1. Been a great game so far, lots of great shots. Having lots of fun here on this Friday evening, and thank you all for tuning in. Curling Zone.
Yeah, we got a bunch of viewers watching.
It's been so great having all these live streams, really bringing the community together, and I think growing the game, to be honest. You can watch a game almost every day of the week if you wanted, and if you miss one, you can go back and watch it.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. And I think in it's morning in Japan. It's Saturday morning, so you know you can watch a little curling and have some breakfast.
Coffee
and curling.
Sunny side
Coffee
up
and some
egg.
mixed doubles.
There we go.
And then take the day off and then watch the mixed doubles later tonight.
Oh, sounds like a full day to me. I'd take it. Lisa's on it hard here. He was playing the run on his red. It's a little tight. We got a wide open house. No guards out front.
Yeah. This whole game has just been a battle. Just not quite, one of these run backs, making one of these run backs.
It'll happen.
Yeah, just if John makes that last one, just kind of stays there and hits it dead on the nose, things are a lot better.
Oh, it's a complete different
now,
yeah.
Yeah. Now you're just not sure, right? Almost think if you're the Japanese team of freezing right down to this, or even topping it a bit, releasing that back. I'd be seriously considering
try to go for a pile. Yeah, right.
Yeah, even a force here is not a bad idea, but if you can get a couple here, because there's no risk anymore. There's no guards.
No.
Right. There's not enough rocks to throw guards.
That's what you want. Up 3. Right?
Yeah. I think also going to where her brim is also,
it's a great
nothing
call.
wrong with that.
No. What are they going
to hit?
Exactly, and that blue one's not going anywhere. Red's moving.
No, the blue one's not going anywhere. The red and the blue are going.
Yeah.
Your shooter can't stay if you want that rock that they just threw out of the rings, your shooter's gone.
I have a sense that this one's going to be a missile.
Yeah, but even if you throw, I guess you could throw, even if you throw a missile, it's going to be hard. You got to hit 9/8 of that top blue rock.
Yeah.
And there's no way you hold your shooter if you throw it really hard. So, you could get all 3 of these blue rocks out, plus your own red. And the only rock in the rings is that one on the left at the end of the shot. I don't really see another shot other than just blast and go to the next end.
Yeah, with no center guard up there, and those 2 blue ones controlling the button. They
here it goes. It's got some heat. This one might break the sound barrier. It's about where he had to hit it.
Yeah, well, it's a great shot by Epping.
Yeah.
Good. Thanks to Curling Zone and having us all out and being able to provide us with this great coverage. So,
and we got 2 things to report. We got ourselves a power play, and we got ourselves, the score is actually
6-1.
6-1. And the Japanese team made a pistol of a little shot there on the power play by tapping their corner guard.
Seems like a lot of teams play that when the power play comes out, a little bit of a tick shot, because it's not on the center line, so you're able to do that, right? So
yeah. Well, there's no center line tick rule in mixed doubles curling, I believe.
Right on.
I think that's right. There's too many rocks in play to not be able to
true
tick, but I mean they can't hit right now as it is, so. But they got rid of that corner guard. Instead of they played the tick on the corner guard into the ring. So they tapped their corner guard into the rings and got rid of their shooter. It's a great shot. Now they're playing a freeze. They're playing this freeze so that they can eventually make the double. I'm not kidding.
Set the angle up.
They're going to corner freeze up on this so that they can double it off.
So they're just having fun out there.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Well, it's a little bit wide, maybe a little bit of adrenaline, maybe a little heavier than they wanted. So now they're going around it. Now the plan is go around. This is not what they were calling, folks, but it's a decent result. It's also not a bad result for Epping, because they want rocks in play as much as possible. So now as they walk down the other end, what they're talking about is we freeze onto that rock that's right there, leave him the cross the rings double, or honestly, do they consider throwing a guard? Because that double right now is a half rock double, and he would love to throw that. So you want to take away the half rock double in some way. The best way to do that is a guard. You could play the tap, or you could freeze to that back one. Freeze to the back one, and they're probably going to throw the double. But you'll be frozen. So it's not the worst scenario either. I think they're playing the freeze to the back one, but they have got a tremendous amount of line.
Look a little light.
Yeah. Now it's coming in there. Okay. Are we looking at a lots of weight triple?
Yeah, I think that lined the triple up.
I think they refer to this as I think they refer to this in the biz as the crotch triple.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Anywhere in the crotch is close.
Anywhere in the crotch. I think if you hit the one on the that's biting the center line first, you got a better. I don't think you have a better chance at it actually. You have to.
I think you have to hit it there.
Yeah.
That one first to make the triple. But there's going to be some.
The fun part about this shot is there's no hole, right? So you can just kind of fire it and
see what happens.
And good things are going to happen.
Right.
This might break the sound barrier.
Yeah, he can chuck it hard, can he?
Yeah.
A lot of rotation. That stone's not going to move off that broom. I think that's right where they want to hit it.
Yeah, pretty much. I think he's just going to. I don't think he'll jump up and sweep this one.
No.
It doesn't need to be swept. It's not
close. Well.
Yeah, it's
looks like they got second out of it.
Squeaked out the double.
Yeah. Looks like he's hitting 1 and 2.
Well, John can now play just this. Yeah, and you don't have to double these. If you're going to hit that top one, which is fine, you can kind of roll under. You don't have to sit 2 right now. You absolutely have to keep your shooter.
100%.
That's it. That's the key to this whole thing right now is to hold your shooter. Just make sure Just make sure.
Yeah, even a nose is.
Yeah, a nose, a little roll would be probably a bit better. Don't cross it. This is not the shot that you wanted. Some days you just don't have it.
Happens in every sport.
Mm-hmm. You can go out in curling and just make absolutely everything, and then the next day go out and just you don't even miss by much, but it's just the result is so awful.
Yeah.
Right. Like he missed that by 2 inches, but it's 2 inches too many.
Yeah, Blue's going to be sitting 3 real quick here.
Yeah, it was 2 inches on the wrong side. Like he could have even missed it the other side.
It's like the Gordon Bombay saying with Charlie there about hitting the post.
Yeah.
1 inch on the right could have been in the net. The 1 inch on the left could be miss, right? So
yeah,
that's sports.
Yeah, it is. It's just it is such a frustrating game at times. This is just going to be a nose hit. He's not even really concerned. Doesn't even have to stay at this point. Like,
no, he's happy to peel that out, I think.
Yeah. You're gonna see now
with
to try to play the freeze. To freeze.
You have a 5 shot lead. You're not wanting too many stones sitting around anyway for them to come down to, or
you could think about like a backline weight, try to hit and roll inside here and leave the run back if you want. I think the best situation here, you really got to get shot, so you got to tap it a tiny bit. You just got to tap it back a couple inches. That's the couple inches we've been talking about all night, right?
You're right.
Just not. Got to get down to this rock and tap it a couple of inches. John has not been tight on his out turns.
Hanging here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Go behind. It's not a bad spot.
Yeah, well, that's the shot now.
Yeah, right.
Wade was pretty good. It's just not
a little hair wide.
He's just it seems like just about every one of his out turns has been just the rock too far to the other side.
And that's a thing about mixed doubles too. There's nobody down there holding the stick for you.
Yeah, there's nobody holding the stick, and there's nobody giving you feedback too on how things are going.
Right. And
now John doesn't need a tremendous amount of feedback. He's thrown
John
a million curling stones. So,
right.
But it's still like, even when it goes a tiny bit bad, it doesn't hurt to have somebody say, you know what you're doing? You're just kind of poking it a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, he probably is aware of that too.
And then he can always broom up for them too, right? So
yeah. Just,
notice their tendencies and broom, put the stick in the right place.
Yeah, I think they're just I'm not sure whether or not they're not picking up on the ice, or he doesn't like his rocks, or but it's that's the last 3 ends on outturn draws, they're just not finishing they're not going to the spot that he's hoping they were going to go to. They're all just not curling enough.
So it's looking like she can play max back 4 weight, little tap to the nose.
Yeah.
And
I think they called like a control weight hit here.
Okay.
It's basically wide open.
Yeah.
So I think it's
6 round in the 8 foot. You're
yeah,
one, right? So
I think it's I think he indicated that was just outside edge of the button with a control weight hit. Maybe just close to the center line.
At least make
right
a nice
about
one
that.
here would be great.
Gonna need to make that curl, I think.
Just cleaning.
No, you're good. Yeah.
It's a great shot. Good shot. It's nice control.
Yeah. All right, we'll be right back after these messages.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardlines Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Gripper first.
Don't forget your brooms.
Yep, you got it.
Come on up. Okay, well, what do you got? You got 1, you got 2, yeah.
Just one more throw, please.
You make moments like these possible.
And we're back to the Aly Jenkins Doubles Memorial.
So we got the reverse power play here. We got the Japanese. I just say reverse because like the Weagle and Epping team needs to steal. So the question is, do you throw it? Do you throw a center guard or do you throw it top 4? Or do you? Like they're playing a tight guard.
I'm a fan of the center guard. You need to steal here, right? So just
I'm actually a fan of top 4. Force them to try to play a little tap thingy.
Okay.
And then throw a center guard.
Create some stones.
Because they're gonna create some stones in the back. They're gonna put some rocks in the rings for you. This is an interesting call where they
tried to freeze.
Yeah, so they freeze, and then this is the same kind of option. Like they're just gonna tap. They're gonna play a tap, and then you throw a center guard, and you've taken one way away from peeling because, like, there's too many rocks over there in that corner.
Mm-hmm.
So this shot here is like, this shot can get away from you pretty quickly. It can you throw it a little bit heavy and it doesn't curl on you. You can throw it a little bit light and it curls a bit too much on you, but like light for the shot that you're going for. Because she's trying to move this to the back ring. Got to keep it in play. Sweeping it for line.
Leaning on it.
Yeah, it's going. It's going like crazy. It looks pretty close. Like, so the question is, does it... Yeah, see there. Can easily get away from you. Pretty good shot.
Yep.
Pretty good result. So what I would... The only thing I would say is if they went top 4, it would lead them to play it probably with a little bit less weight, and maybe her rock is in a better spot for you. That's all. Like, her rock is not in a great spot for Epping and Weagle. It's almost out of play, but it's in the ring. So
right.
It's a counter, but it's not anything that's ever going to come into play in a good way for them. So
John's
they're going to throw center guard here.
Guard up, yeah. Probably halfway, be a nice spot.
It doesn't, yeah, halfway. I think a little bit higher. They're going to peel it no matter what. So like a little bit higher, just so that he doesn't take a run at this. They're gonna keep him high for a bit. This is the fun part about curling, where it's like a little bit of a cat and mouse game. Like, that's not a good shot if it's the last guard, but it's luckily not the last guard. But you have to figure out when, like, if you definitely throw one more guard and they peel definitely one more time. And then on John's last, they have to decide, if we throw this guard in this spot, are they just going to draw? And they might. He's going for both guards
double,
here.
I think, yeah. And roll in. No, stuck it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Gave himself a nice too, right? So
it is. It just actually might have taken away the outturn draw to the button, though. So
true. Yeah.
It might not have been the wisest of moves to. I don't think it's going to come down to that, but it's going to take a couple of misses if it comes down to an outturn draw to the button. But John's going to go for a high guard again. This one's basically another throwaway. Not a throwaway. It has to be a guard, but it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't even have to guard your rock. Like, it could be dead on the center, and they're not going to chase the back one right now.
So on the 6, if you can manage to steal one, in this game, mixed doubles, it's
they're in tough. They're in tough right now. This is not the scenario that they would hoping for, but it was a power play. So, it's a straight peel, and then it's this next rock on John's next one where you have to really decide where you're going to put it.
It has to be very precise.
It has to be much more precise.
Yeah.
I think they almost want to come just a little like dead guard it. Force them, they can't play, they might not be able to play the outturn on it. So you can afford to give a little bit on the in-turn side. So about where it is, but a little tighter.
Just ripping this one out of there.
Yeah.
Peel the banana.
Yeah. So now it's a little tighter, and it's I think you could risk showing him a tiny bit on that outside. He might try to just blast it and pick it. I mean, the solution here is just dead guard it. That's what he's going for. He's shooting for a dead guard.
That's tighter. A great call.
Yeah.
That's where you need to be. Next one will be flying down. Another banana split.
Yeah.
And then what do you do, right? Sit 2.
Yeah, I think you, well, we'll see. They might not peel this. That's the thing.
Come down, freeze. Yeah, that's not a bad call, right?
They might not peel this. It's
Lock
a little
one in
higher
there,
than I think
lock one in,
it's
sit
a
one.
little higher than I think they wanted, but you can see they left the outturn side a little bit, but I don't think you can make the outturn because that blue rock is might be in the way now to make the freeze. So you could try to chase this with the outturn with like a hack weight. They're gonna opt for the peel. That's the smart call.
I think
nobody ever regrets throwing a peel. You never go to bed that night thinking, man, I wish I hadn't appealed. You do often go to bed thinking, oh, why didn't I peel?
Why did I throw that one back line? And when I was trying
why didn't I just throw the peel?
Right.
So here we go with the I'm gonna sleep well tonight peel.
I like that.
Yeah, so you just get rid of this rock, and now the question is, where do you put this? And the spot to put it, the question is, do you throw a really tight guard, right? Where John just put his broom would be second shot.
I think
so if you're going to be second shot, so he tapped top 12, basically on the O of national.
And showing a little piece of the one in the back button there.
Yeah, you can show a little piece. What you want them to do is take a run at this double, and so you put it in the rings. Like if it's short, the thing is, if she makes the double, she gets 2, maybe 3.
Yeah, I think that's why you want to stagger them a bit, right? It's going to be a lot harder double to make. So
yeah. Like they're going for right on the O. They're putting it right on the O and then hoping. They're going to look up at the curling gods and say, please don't let her make this run.
Shine on me, curling gods.
Shine on me so we can play another round.
That's right. And get 3.
And Matt and Aaron can keep commentating a little bit longer.
I'm having a great time, pal. Enjoying that.
Oh, yeah. This is awesome. John's doing his best to get it in the rings to make it as good as possible. He couldn't have put it. That's exactly where they wanted it, right on the O.
That's where the call was.
So now they are not going to take the bait. They are going to throw the draw. Like if you do sit 2, they might actually take the bait and they might throw the hit. But then you're like, if you sit on top of metal, if you sit on top of the tee on metal, now all of a sudden it's 2. So they probably hit. That's the thing about where John tapped his broom. Like, you're going to leave the draw as a possibility, and there's less consequence on this draw because the worst she can do is give up 1. Whereas she never plays the draw if you're laying 2. He was sweeping it, though. He was pounding it the whole way, so let's see.
He kind of did that, I like to call it the lean-on brush stroke.
Yeah, the lean on clean.
Yeah.
Well, he is a skip.
Oh, it's my kind of sweeping.
Right. Exactly.
A great sweeper from the tee line
This
back.
looks like it has some pace.
It does have a bit, but
no, it's coming in there quite. No, it's gonna bounce off.
It looks like a steal of 1.
Yeah.
Got a game.
There you go. We got a game. We'll be right back after these messages.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Beauty. Welcome back to the seventh end of the Aly Jenkins Memorial Spiel, presented to you by Curling Zone. We're in the seventh end, and the Japanese team has a 6-3 lead over Lisa Weagle and John Epping, and they hold the hammer. So we're off to a running start here, Matty.
Yeah, got a very symmetrical scoreboard too. Lots of deuces and ones.
Ah, that's true.
Not a bad spot. It would be nice if that was over a couple of inches, just closer, just biting the center line. But it's a decent spot. It's a usable rock, because the good part about it is it is really hard to freeze to. So like they have to decide where they want to go here. That is both offensive, but doesn't really leave the in-turn draw. So they're playing on this out-turn side, but John's just going to, hopefully for him, just wheel one around to the button on the in-turn side, no matter what they throw here.
And both teams have used their power plays, so
they have, yeah.
They don't have that in their back pocket anymore. And
well, this is going to overbend.
A
little bit light. That takes away the in-turn draw, so it's not a bad result. It's going to force John to play this out-turn, kiss off his own kind of thing, or just probably doesn't want to move his own. He probably wants to just kind of go top four here with this out-turn.
It's kind of funny how momentum shifts, in sport. One steal when they were looking so good there at one point, and you never know, it can have 2 ends to play. So might be in for an exciting one, Matty.
Might be. I mean, they're going to walk up and rip this guard, probably. Let's see. John's outturn has not curled enough for him. He's been wide on everything. This one does not look like the exception. This appears to be exactly how this game's been going for his outturn. If he can line this up, though,
it's not going to be horrid.
That's not. Weight's perfect. Like his weight is perfect, but that has to be an almost a full rock to the right is where he wanted that shot to be.
I don't even think that this Japanese team minds losing that blue one with a little bit.
No, they're just gonna throw this. They're going to throw this at Mach 4 and try to get that back one spinning. And the back one might actually spin off the back blue, I mean. So they might, I think this goes.
Yeah.
If he can get a little bit on the inside, like just skinny the guard, and he's got the ice to do it, right? Like where the ice is.
As long as he throws Mach 4, though.
He even took less ice. So yeah, he might be throwing Mach 5 now.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be moving. Look, he's got negative ice on where he just wants to hit it about where he can see it. And I think if he hits it there, they're all going.
So what do you mean by negative ice, Matt?
So he's just inside. He's inside center on that. So he wants to hit it almost on the nose, but he's got like just to make sure he puts the broom. So he ends up hitting that on the nose, but he had the broom inside of the nose hit just to make sure that, like, I'm not going to be wide here. So see where the broom is? So that is like a little bit, and it's inside of where he wants to hit it.
It looked like
so
he did
make sure.
Exactly how he drew it up. It's a great shot.
And he got everything moving.
Yeah. So we better go back to the drawing board for the.
Yeah, and the problem is that the outturn drawing board hasn't been working.
No.
but we're trying it again here. It looks like he's playing a little
tighter,
little hit and roll now. So like just a drawish, just trying to come off that one and go under. It's just like
weight looks a little down.
Yeah, it ends up he was just trying to play a tap, but again, like just not getting any curl. Not getting the curl on his outturn that he's hoping for.
They should be able to pick that out.
I think they'll probably pick it out. You know, they can just consider running the guard too. I think, you know, she's saying, just peel the guard, man.
Yeah.
she wasn't gonna have anything. She wasn't gonna have anything else other than the peel.
We're not down.
She wants to sleep
here,
tonight.
We're up.
She wants to go to sleep tonight, man.
This is the go to sleep peel again, right? Let's peel the banana.
Absolutely. If you try to pick this back one and you fly it by or something like that, like just peel the guard, man. You don't need to mess.
Up 3 with hammer in the seventh end.
Well, John's probably gotta seriously contemplate throwing a guard. Like John, you know, you're not in a great situation here. If you're that Epping and Weagle, you could dead freeze on your own.
Do you mind the little tap froze there on your own?
Yeah, I mean, so you could tap freeze on your own. You could also just dead freeze on your own and line up that back one. And if they throw a guard, then you've just got a no-brainer into it.
With 2 shots.
Either way, your shooter is not going to outcount the other blue rock, right? Your shooter is going to be higher than that other blue. So you go from the most you can sit here is, I mean, if you tap freeze, you're still not going to be shot. You're going to be second and fourth. It's not a good situation in any way right now.
This is looking pretty
Maybe
good.
Trying to tap it to the button.
I think a little light.
Yeah, but you know, as long as it's lined up, as long as he gets that lineup. So he got the lineup. That's the key, right? So it's lined up. That's a good shot. That's a good call right here. So he's just trying to whack that blue into the red that's causing him problems and lose it all. It's going to leave Lisa an in-turn freeze onto the blue, which she can actually get shot on.
What's that red one? Do you think that goes over the top?
So you're gonna lose the blue and the middle red on this shot. That's
you don't think the middle red? Do you think it'll go over the top of that shot stone?
Yeah, absolutely. It should go right over top. He's trying to hit this pretty thin. He's trying to hit like a third-ish.
Almost stuff it, eh?
Yeah.
Got some
pace. Jump up and sweep this one too. Might over curl. No. Not gonna hit. Might take out his own. Oh,
that was moving.
Okay. That's so now you bang.
There's that, or there's the double as well, right?
Yeah.
That double isn't a
bad shot. Double. I'll listen to that. I mean, I don't think you need to throw the double. I think if you just make contact with this top rock, the problem with the double, right, is you got to make it. There's some, you don't have to be so precise with this. You've generated a pretty good end here. If you hit this top rock and roll your shooter just a half a foot, like just a little bit, roll your shooter onto the top 12. And you kind of Christmas tree this back one, so your shooter ends up biting or fully splitting the center line is where you want your shooter to end up. You kind of Christmas tree all these things.
Yeah, exactly. Anytime there's a Christmas tree, yeah.
I think you only might. I think if you make this good, you leave an in-turn draw to the button, and we saw that last end. Big shot here.
I think the Weags has it in her.
I do too.
These two were just in Fredericton, New Brunswick at the Capital Winter Club, putting on some of their clinics last week,
Nice.
I believe. Yeah. So
it's coming good. It's coming good.
Oh, that's a great shot.
Oh, it worked out. Worked out perfect. It's not only sitting two, but that's okay. Forces the intern draw, and it's not an easy intern draw. They're looking at playing. They're looking at some different shots here. So his first instinct, he said, like, we could make this double at the very top and just give up one.
Which isn't horrid either, right?
No, you play the scoreboard. And then he indicated we could pick out the one in the top 4 foot. And again, just give him one.
Yeah.
Like, I think you want to come out of this. If you come out of this end saying, all we did is give up a steal of 1, then we're up 2 coming home with. But if you give up a steal of 2, yeah, exactly. You give up a steal of 2, now all of a sudden you're up 1 coming home, and that's anybody's ball game. So I think they're gonna just pick out this back one. Now, the very real danger here is you take the top one and you take them on for 3.
That's it, right? You hit that top one thin over onto the blue, and chance to tie the ball game.
There are some consequences with this, but trying to pick out the back one to give a steal and 1.
Chuck it a hair wide, and almost there's 2 all of a sudden too, right? So
yeah,
she's usually pretty on.
I think she's pretty good.
Yeah, picked it out.
Solid
nice.
Steal and 1. Good end. That was a good end. All right, we got a good one coming up in the last end. Stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Saskatchewan, you know SaskTel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With SaskTel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. SaskTel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.
Rolls her shooter on there. Oh, we're back. We're just talking about that last end. We got ourselves a good one here.
At the Aly Jenkins Mixed Doubles Memorial in Martensville, Saskatchewan.
We just keep talking throughout the commercial breaks. You should hear it. It's a lot of fun.
We're having a great time. It's Friday night. We're in the 8th end.
I mean, if you're watching anywhere that isn't in Canada, then it's great. We have so much curling on. We've got the slams are on. You can watch the slams. You can watch mixed doubles. You can watch. There's curling on thanks to
Jerry.
Thanks to Curling Stadium.
Yeah.
There's curling on just about all the time, and
pretty phenomenal.
This is great curling too. So, thanks for joining us.
We welcome.
So that wasn't the most ideal spot. That if you wanted to draw it up, you'd be like, okay, if you're gonna go back there, dead freeze. If you're not, I'd rather see it T-line or above.
Yeah, my thinking would always be, I'm going to check it up top 4. Like, why do I want to go back there, right?
No, top four buried is perfect. It's just that if you're top 8, if you're a little light, it could get a little risky. This is not ideal either.
Creating pockets and backing.
Yeah, so we got. I don't think you want to use the pocket yet. I still think you want to go top. Like now, I love your top 4, full 4 foot buried.
I think that's a good spot to be for John. Yeah.
I don't think you want to go back there yet because it's too early. Like it's a little bit early. it's tempting to try to sit back there, but then they sit back there, and all of a sudden all you're doing is lopping things into a wall. What you want to do is get this as buried as you can. Bite that button. If you had have guessed on which turn he was going to play and you didn't guess in turn, then you were going to lose.
100% of what we've seen, right?
Yeah. Man likes his intern.
Yes, he does. It's his go-to.
There's not a lot of curlers in the world where you're like, that guy really loves his intern. But John Epping is your man for the intern.
Yeah.
He's a little heavy on this.
Back and
yeah. All right. Well, see, I mean, that's set up nicely to steal 1, but it ain't set up nicely to steal 2.
No.
Like that is not gonna work out for
what's
you.
called a wall of granite. Sitting back button.
Yeah, and if this rock goes anywhere, it's 3 shots away. Like it's a couple of shots away from being removed from the button. And Epping and Weagle have got to get 2 of them on that button. I mean, the good news is that they're probably not going to be ripping guards.
No.
The bad news is that they're not going to be shot. That's the bad news.
So I think the call here is the freeze down to that center red one.
Yeah, just put it on that center red one, and it's pretty important that you put it on that center red one. You can also be a little heavy here and move him, which he's thrown, so it might not curl enough for him.
It's coming now, I think.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
that breaking point.
He's not heavy.
No, it's a nice shot.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
Covered the
yeah,
net.
You've now got to I guess you
heavy tap, I think, like a back
yeah,
eight.
you just don't want to roll off. But yeah, you gotta move a little bit of granite here. Sadly.
Like a back 8 thin by that guard up front and try to get to nose.
Yeah.
Ideal spot and hope for a miss, right? So
yeah.
That's all you got. It's pretty hard to move them back 4 ones closer now.
It's pretty tough to get anything moving, but he's going to give it a whirl.
Yeah.
A little bit less, I know it doesn't seem like it, but a little bit less rotation.
It's looking a bit light.
Oh, yeah. He might be on the guard.
Splitting it, yeah.
Well, he's got a couple of runners, but the problem is he's got no center guard. So you ever seen an 8th end where you don't have to throw your last rock? We might see it.
This could be the one.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to get rid of that blue one that's pinned.
They got 2 rocks left and they've got to steal 2. And
so both these teams won their first game. So they're both 1-0 in the Aly Jenkins mixed doubles memorial. So the winner of this obviously goes on to 2-0. So
see, I can do that math.
That's good, man. That took me a bit to even think about what I was talking about.
Yeah. So the question that they're talking about right now, the temptation is to throw a guard. So if you look at this rings and you look a little bit back, the temptation is to throw a guard on this. The problem with the guard is that they have 2 run-ins. And if they actually run in the one on the left, the one that they just indicated, they could actually get rid of that blue rock.
All 3 blues would probably go.
All 3 blues might go with that rock. So they originally thought about a rock top 8 foot. And then they realized that if they threw a rock top 8 foot, they'd actually be throwing a guard for John and give him this run back. And that's a bad idea.
Very well thought out.
Yeah, it's very well thought out. So what they've decided to do is just peel this guard. And because you cannot get that blue rock out with the one on the left.
Especially with only
you can
2
only get it
left.
out. Yeah, you can only get it out with the one on the right. So they're just going to peel this. And it's, part of it is respect for what John can do. They've probably seen him on video. They probably played him a bunch of times. John can make that shot. So he can make, it's a makeable shot. So now you gotta kind of nose this with
a blast.
I don't think you can blast it because you have to be sitting on the nose at the end of it. You just absolutely have to. And so I don't care how hard you throw it. You have to be sitting on the nose afterwards. And then I don't know what you do on your last one or how it all works out for you, but nose hit here with like normal weight. Unfortunately, you had to throw an out turn, which is just curling like crazy on him.
Yeah.
Just not making. I guess that's why he just likes throwing his interns.
Yeah, a little soft there, I think.
Yeah.
That's what can happen, but.
I mean, if you don't throw, there's no way you lose. Like you cannot lose if you don't throw.
Yeah, just chuck one up front.
Like,
and I don't think that blue one's going anywhere.
Well, yeah, I don't even know if you chuck one up front. Like, I don't think the blue one's going anywhere anyway. No. But I did like.
Just wanted to say thank you all for tuning in and paying attention to Maddie and I. Hope we helped you out a little bit tonight and enjoyed the game Friday night and everywhere across the world. And thank you to Curling Zone. And
yeah, thank you, Curling Zone. This is awesome, and it's been awesome listening to your East Coast accent. I love it.
That's great. I was actually born in Ontario, but.
Oh, there you go.
Grew up in the Maritime, so there we go, right?
Have you heard the joke about what do you call people from New Brunswick?
No, I'd like to hear it though.
Newfoundlanders who ran out of money on their way to Toronto.
There you go. Right?
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. That's perfect. I'm a big Leafs fan, so.
Well, there you go.
There's
a lot of them.
Yeah, it's our year this year.
I just want to see them. My brother and sister are huge Leaf fans, and I just want to see them win for my sister and brother.
Oh, that's nice, yeah. You're the first un-Leaf fan I've ever heard say that, so that's great.
I'm not a Leaf fan. I lived in Toronto for a bunch of years, so I just don't have the same fandom as they do. But I'm cheering them on this year. I think this is the year.
We got. I think he's just checking one up.
Yeah, I think he's just throwing a center guard. I'm not even sure.
He tightened the ice up a little bit.
Yeah, he tightened the ice up.
Or he's checking her away.
Well, he's checking it away. Yeah, there you go. That is also that. I mean, I did say a bunch of times, if you don't throw here, you don't lose.
Yeah.
And so, like, here's the shot.
Chuck the blueberry into the pile.
Well, they're gonna whip in this red guard and hope. Here's the hope. If you hit half of the rock, right where he just put his broom, it might spin up.
Spin hard, yeah.
I mean, it's not going to, but it might. It might.
We need a mock 14.
If Kevin Cooey's throwing this, pick your poison. Like, who's the guy who I saw throw the rock the hardest I've seen in real life is Kevin Martin.
Yeah.
If Kevin Martin is throwing this,
it might
if Gunner comes out here and throws this,
yeah,
maybe you got a chance. Like, aren't too many people in the world who could do this.
Bending the handle down.
I'm not entirely sure that it's that even those guys could get this going either. I'm not convinced that anybody could do it. But you would have to throw it a million miles an hour.
But Lisa's going to give it her all.
She's giving her a whirl. Like
run.
She's going to hit it right in the perfect spot.
Oh,
just a little bit off.
Trying there. That's game.
Well, that was a fun game because every mixed doubles game is a fun game. So
rocks
that
everywhere.
was awesome. Rocks everywhere, mayhem. It's what curling should be, really. It's awesome.
So we got a score of 6-4 for the Japanese team who just moved to 2-0. And we thank you all for tuning in. Enjoyed your company, and thank you, Matt. Great to meet you, pal, and maybe we'll do it again sometime. And
tune in. Everybody tune in. This is happening all weekend. Tune in. We have so much curling. Thanks to Curling Zone. Go to Curling Zone to see what is being streamed. Thanks to Curling Stadium for doing this. And we'll see you next time.
Cheers, all.
Bye.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
SaskTel Be Kind Online wants to stop cyberbullying. Want in on the action? We award up to $1,000 for youth initiatives that help spread kindness and prevent bullying. What great idea do you have to help stop bullying? SaskTel can help. Go to BeKindOnline.com and apply for a grant today. Together, we can make a difference.